Okay. Have you done registration program and get customer program? Hello?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. You can see I'll explain. This is the registration.html which I prepared. Okay. And there are some customer ID, profession, qualification I have prepared like this, address with the select tool and radio button. And when you submit this, it will go to registration.jsp. Sorry, GP. I put under separate. So DTO is a customer object which we are dealing with, right? And this is the okay. Let's prepare it. Data transfer object means the object which we are dealing with, right? Hello?
Yes.
So actually at present it is not required. I will create in front of you when we require it. Okay, don't be confused. For show it is required. For registration it is not required, but it is giving errors here. Okay, let's create. ID, name, age, gender, qualification, and let us make it under. Right, let us create a class customer, right, and private int ID, private int name, age, gender, sorry, private string name, private int age, private gender is male, string, right,
Yes.
gender, profession, male, profession also string, qualification also string, address, private string, profession, private string, qualification, private string, address, right? So now we need to generate constructor and setters and getters, right? Generate getters and setters for all the properties, right? And if you want, you can also create constructor, right click, constructor using fields, and better you go with one empty constructor, public customer, right, default constructor, done. So we have created, this is a DTO, it is called as data transfer object, and we'll see why it is required. Okay, so registration form, it might not be required, but later we require it. See, after receiving all the data and I am passing this to registration servlet, action, form action, registration for servlet, method is equals to post. Done. This is the registration servlet, where I am receiving all the properties: get parameter ID, get parameter p name, get parameter p age, G for gender, P for profession, qualification, and address. Done. Hello?
Yeah, good.
Right. Then later what you will do, you need a prepare statement, you need connection, and connection, what I did, I have prepared connection inside the util package. You can see util package, my connection, right? There is a connection inside the util package. Instead of creating in each and every page, I am creating under one util package. I already done in JDBC, remember?
Yes.
Similarly, I have created one connection separate class, and it is returning connection after establishing the connection. So whenever you require connection, better you call the static method with the class name get connection, and it will return you the connection object. Very simple. So in the registration also you can find my connection dot get connection. I am calling the get connection method. It is returning me connection. Understand? And through the connection, I am invoking the prepare statement method. Con1 dot prepare statement. Insert into customer values question mark question mark question mark 7 6 values 7 values 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 7. And after I am setting all the properties for each question mark, what do you receive from the client? Execute update method I am invoking, right? And I'll check here if status 1 is equals to not equals to 0. 0 means no records inserted, right?
Yes.
Or I can say greater than 0, better. Greater than 0, then I can just say out dot println heading level 1 and message you can print record inserted, that's it, slash h1. Done. So what does the status will contain? If the record is inserted successfully, it contains 1, right? Okay now?
Okay.
Chandra?
Yeah, sure.
Then if you got successful inserted, then you can say record inserted message onto the screen, right?
So we can also use result set, right?
Why?
Result set equal to prepare
Why?
statement dot execute query.
Why? Result set. When you use result set?
To,
When you
I mean,
use result set? What is the purpose of result set?
to execute this query insert into customer.
What type of query you execute and what you will get in the result set? Go back to JDBC and think what exactly the need of result set.
For select statements.
Are we selecting or inserting?
No, inserting.
Hmm. Run as, see, there is a, I created one table. Already some inserted. I will delete from customer. start. Run on server. ID 201. Name is Pasha. Age is 33. Male. Job. BSc. Gachibowli. Right? I'll add it. And you will get the message record inserted successfully, right? You can see select a star from customer. 100. Where is 200? 201. Pasha. 33. Male. Gachibowli. Got it? Science. Understand?
Yes, sir.
Hello?
Yes, sir.
That is so simple. This is the registration. And if you want to display, there is another concept called get customer. And get customer by ID. Show customer. See, in get customer by ID HTML, what I am doing, I am taking the enter customer ID. Okay? And based on the ID, I want to display the record. And it will be submitted to showcustomer.java. This is the showcustomer.java, where I will receive ID and I will prepare connections and I'll execute the query, select a star from customer, where ID equals to question mark, right? Understand? And as usually, I'm getting the connection from the util package. My connection.get connection. Then I'm executing the statement of SQL which we prepared. After that, here I'm going to use result set. Here I'm going to use result set. Why? Because my execute query select, right?
Yeah.
After that, what I need to do, I have to print that result set value onto the screen. How you will print? If are you having one record or multiple?
Multiple records.
Do you have one record or multiple records?
Multiple records.
Hey, you made a record for only one ID, no?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You put where class?
But
So how many records you will get?
only one.
One particular matching with the ID, no?
Yeah.
That's why I put if condition. If result set dot next is not equals to null, you print the data. Understand? If condition I am putting because there is only one ID, one record. And what I am doing is at present I have to print the data. So wait. How you will print the data? Out.println. With CC and JSP. Out.println, right? We'll print result set dot get one, right? Okay, na?
Yes, sir.
You done in same way?
Yes, sir. So this result will be displayed in a single line, sir. Out.println.
Result will be displayed in a
in a single line, right?
LN na,
Each and
LN
every.
na, LN na,
Yeah, but I haven't get
line
any
by
new
line,
line.
line by line.
I got it in a single line, sir, when I tried get details.
No. Two not one. See, 201 Pasha 33 male job science Gachibowli Hyderabad. Done? Right? If you want next line, yeah, we'll give BR break.
Okay.
It's break, no problem. Is it clear now how to get the individual customer?
Yes.
Hmm. For multiple customers, you have to do in different way. Display all JSP. Customer.jsp. Get all customers and you will call show all customers. Copy, paste it. Right. Here we are not using any ID, right? Show all customer. When you press this button, it will display all the customers irrespective of any ID, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay now. So this will call the show all customer Java servlet. This is the show all customer servlet. Understand? Where I am selecting the data irrespective of any ID. Understand? There is no where clause, no? Do you have where clause here?
No, sir.
Then how many records you will get? The number of records available inside your table, all the records will be displayed. Approximately I have 100 Sachin, 101 Dhoni and 201 Pasha. 3 records are there, right?
Yes.
I will get all the records. In that case, I should not go with the if condition. I should go with what?
While.
While loop. You already done, right?
Yes.
While loop. If you have multiple records, go with while loop. And keep on printing one by one record from result set.get1, result set.get2. These are the column names, 7 columns we have, right? 7 fields. Get all the records and print onto the screen. Done?
Yes.
See guys, 101 Dhoni, male, Gachibowli, Hyderabad, Telangana, 201 Pasha, Gachibowli, Hyderabad, and 100 Sachin, male. So if you want each and every row has to be printed by line, then here you do one thing, out dot println break tag. one row, second row, third row, fourth row. Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
Any doubts here, guys?
No, sir.
Chandra,
No.
is it clear?
Yeah.
Right. Now, actually, in this program, we don't need this customer. You can delete it. It is required for JSP. Why it is giving error again? Oh, Control Shift O, Control Shift O. Right. No more errors now. Here we don't need this DTO. I'll remove it. Don't be confused. I'll tell you why it is required in the next session. Is it clear now?
Yes.
Any doubts here? Registration, show one customer, show all customers. So one thing you have to keep in remember that just you are printing inside the servlet only. The data picking from the JDBC and simply you are printing there itself. That is one way of printing. This is using servlet concept. And there is another technology actually we should approach, that is JSP. What is that?
Yes.
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 JSP. So there is a rule, guys, that you should not print the data directly from the servlet. You should not interact, okay, directly from the servlet. Servlet only for writing Java code. Servlet is not writing for presentation logic. Presentation logic means HTML code. Presentation logic means what?
HTML.
HTML code. You should not use the HTML code inside the servlet. That is a rule. Because you know this is a job of designer, not developer. Developer only pick the data using Java code from JDBC and all, but it is not his responsibility that you print the data onto the screen in a specific format. Understand?
Yes.
So that has to be taken by the designer. Designer who uses only HTML code. He don't know about Java code, right?
Yeah.
Does the designer knows about Java code? No, no.
No.
Then he only works with the tag based languages, that is JSP. JSP is made for presentation logic for designer. Understand? So the difference between servlet and JSP is inside servlet, inside servlet, inside servlet, you can directly write Java code, but in JSP you can write HTML code. The servlet is used for writing HTML code, whereas servlet is used for Java code. So business logic and presentation logic in MVC, model view controller. Okay, model view controller all separated. So for separating view logic, view is nothing but what? JSP. Understand? Model and controller servlet. Now controller means receiving the client's request and performing business logic. Understand? Hello?
Yes. Yes, sir.
That is, yeah, that is controller logic.
Vivek,
Oh, hello.
he went offline.
Yeah.
Okay.
Hello?
Hello.
There was some problem in internet. Are you able to see my screen? Hello?
No, sir.
No, sir. Yes, sir.
Done?
Yeah.
Okay. Is it clear? Chandra, Srujan,
Yes,
Yes.
sir.
is it clear? Any doubts in this? See, when you are picking one row, you have to use if condition. If you are picking multiple rows, you have to use while loop. And as I told, we have to apply JSP. Why do we need to apply JSP? So this printing process should not be done in servlet. Only the Java program has to pick the data into the result set, and the data has to be transferred to the JSP. The JSP will receive the data from the servlet and it will print. That is the actual process done, right?
Yes.
So for that we use JSPs. And here we need DTO customer.java. Why? I will tell you. Suppose I said get customer ID. This is a simple program. We'll take first. This is a get customer ID. When you make a request, and it will call show customer Java. I put it in a com.gp where show customer.java is a servlet. What is the job of the servlet? It should receive the ID and it will get the data from ID, get the data from customer. And after getting the data, as I already done, it is if condition, right?
Yes.
One row now only.
Yes.
Yeah.
One row. After getting the data, that we should not print, right? In the previous program, what we did, we directly printed. Okay now?
Yes.
Now what we are doing, we are just getting the data. It's not required. We are getting the data and adding to the customer. See, I created one object for the customer now. I created one object for the customer. I created object for the customer. Okay. That customer will pick the data of result set. Result set one.get. Instead of printing, I am storing the data of result set into customer object. You know how to store the data from result set to customer object? Get from result set to customer. Using setter method, we can set the values to customer, na?
Yeah.
Using all the setter methods of customer, I am transferring the data into the customer. Now this customer object having all the data of result set or not?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. This customer data, the object of the customer has to be added and sent to the display customer.jsp. So data is not printed here. The data will be printed in display customer.jsp. So how the data will be transferred from servlet to JSP? Because there is a request object, request dot also set attribute customer data. So attribute name, I am adding customer object. This is the process. So when you are saying request dispatcher display customer.jsp to print the JSP, you will forward the request and response from current servlet or not? Either we use include or forward based on a requirement, no?
Yeah.
While forwarding, you will use request and response object forward to the display customer.jsp also, right? While forwarding, we can add the customer object data to the request object by setting the attribute like this. Do you remember our session object? We'll add the value to the session object and we'll retrieve in the next session, right?
Yes, sir.
Similarly, you can also carry the data through request object. Request.set attribute will set your customer object into the customer data property of request. This request object contains the property of customer data. Any name you can use, no problem. So I am setting the data of customer into the customer data and I am forwarding to display customer.jsp. Understand? Because I cannot directly send the result set. That's why I am picking the data from the result set and adding to the customer. Then I am forwarding the customer instead of result set. Result set is not a serializable object. You cannot pass the result set. Even if you pass the result set in the JSP, again you have to create result set, right? If you want to pick the data from result set in JSP, you have to create again JDBC code, right?
Yeah.
But you have to reduce the Java JDBC code in JSP. You should not prefer the Java and JDBC codes in JSP. That is the rule. JSP contains maximum HTML code only, tag based language, right?
Yeah.
That's why I am setting the result set data into our customer and that we are adding to the request. Then I am calling the display customer.jsp, passing request and response objects to JSP. And inside JSP, what I am doing, you see, display customer.jsp. Here, I am getting the data of customer. Here, I am getting the data of customer. I am getting the data of customer into the request.get attribute. See what I did here, request.set attribute, request.set attribute, and while receiving the data, what I am saying,
Get attribute.
Get attribute, where I added the values. You remember, set attribute, session.get attribute. Similar way, into the object that I have to typecast into the customer and store into the customer object. Basically, it will come into the which format? Java object format. From the Java object, I have to typecast into our customer because the data you stored in this customer data is type of customer, right? Typecast it. Now you got the data into the customer. Later we'll print it. Later we'll print it. It's very simple. Use the, here I am preparing one table tag, okay, and table data. How you are printing? From customer dot
Get ID.
get ID. Getter methods we have now.
Yes.
In JSP, if you want to write the Java code, actually it supports directly HTML code. If you want to write the Java code, it is Java code or HTML code?
Java.
So you see what I did, I have used scriptlet tags. If you want to use Java code, you can use the special tags called scriptlets. Open and close. Under that you can write whole Java code. JSP supports some additional tags to write the Java code. Actually Java code should be eliminated, but slowly we'll see that how to eliminate. At present I need some Java code to pick the data, right?
Yeah.
That I am writing. To receive the data from request, I am writing the Java code in the scripted tags. Is it clear?
Yes.
Yeah. So I prepared customer, and you see the customer is a third object, right? Whenever you are using some classes of a particular package, then you have to import the packages also, right? In JSP, if you are using customer, you have to import the package com.dtu, right? Okay, now you see the upper line. This is called as directive tags. Percentage at the rate. Only percentage is a scriptlet where you can write the Java code, and percentage directive is a JSP another tag which allows us to import the pages. The page directive, it is called as what? Page directive tag, where I can import the package. See, at the rate page import. equals to write the class name to be imported. If you don't import, you will get error here, you see. Are you getting error or not?
Yes.
Why? Because customer is unknown for this JSP. So now you import the package. Here, this is the part where you can use the import packages. Util, whatever you want, you can import here. And this is a line where you are receiving, and after receiving the data into customer, you use the getter method. And how you are printing into the table data, you are using another tag called expressional tag. See, this is called expression tag. Percentage equal means whatever the data you want to print onto the browser, you can use expressional tag, which will print the data under this tag. Either you can go with out.println, but here we can use the tags to print the data of customer. Understand?
Yes.
You see? 201, submit. See guys, ID, name, Pasha, and gender. Understand?
Yeah.
Very simple. The difference between previous program and this program is we are not printing inside the servlet, we are printing inside the JSP. But the ADBC code is written in servlet. From there you are picking the data and setting into the request object, and you are forwarding the request to the display customer.jsp, where I am receiving the data and we are printing onto the screen. Understand?
Yes, sir.
So these two differences you find today, and in the next session I will explain the complete edit and delete and update all, including display all customers, how we'll use using JSTL tags. Any doubts guys?
No, sir.
Okay, I'll forward these projects.
Oh, okay.
See, yeah, Chandra?
Sorry, sir, not me.
Oh, sorry.
Background noise.
So I am forwarding this project. See, in this project you just go through only mini application with servlet. You just go through all, but inside the another project which I will send, final application, there you will just go through only these things: customer get, display customer. Don't go for customer all and edit and delete. Okay, I will explain this in the next session. Okay, you just go to with only get customer ID with one. Understand?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
This only you have to practice. Get customer ID and display customer .jsp, this program, and here show customer.java. This. Show all, edit, delete. Don't go through that. Okay. Try to understand. If any doubts, we'll discuss in the next session. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Okay. Bye, guys.
Bye.
Yes.